Hello guys, it's Chummaster doing the Beyblade discussion. This time another news discussion. So we got some news recently. Some of this is a little bit old from I think an event from like a week or two ago at this point, but the main bay is also a little old because it also kind of was leaked a week or two ago. But I usually do these anyway, so I figured I'd talk about it. And anyway, so our main talking point here is next month's starter, SolEclipse Dual 570 Trans Kick. Starting with the reused part, 570, this isn't new, but I think it makes perfect sense. I guess you could argue they could do like 50 or some other height that we don't have a 5-side ratchet of, but I don't really care. I think 70 with a trans bit is perfectly fair, honestly, so I don't really mind this being a reused part. 5 sides make sense. I'd much rather them give this a sensible ratchet than like make a new one that doesn't really work for it. Kind of like how Shinobi Shadow, for example, had 180. It was new, but it made no sense. So 570 is perfectly fine. It's also blue, which is interesting, but yeah, that's fine, I guess. Next up, we got Trans Kick, so it's basically just kick, except it shifts between a low kick and high kick during extreme dashes. Like Trans Point, basically, except kick. Sure, why not? I don't really have a problem with this. It's not like the best thing ever, but it's fine, I guess. So, sure, interesting color as well. That's nice, but let's go and move on to the more interesting stuff. So first up we have the Soul Lock Chip. This is a Metal Fight reference bay to Soul Blaze. Never would I have thought they would do a Soul Blaze reference bay. That would have been one of my last choices of any Metal Fight bay, but yeah, no. It's our fourth one. We're getting this for like an El Drago or anything, so that's kind of insane. But yeah, Soul Blaze. Why not? The lock chip design is really nice. I do like this one quite a bit, so definitely want to check this one out in person. The assist blade is dual, looks pretty nice. Apparently it shifts between smash mode and upper mode. Yes, this is another flippable assist blade, so should be just like turn, where it's technically two parts, the outer part can flip around. That's pretty cool. Always good to have some more, mode changes or just anything with an assist blade, so I will gladly take it. But then we have the main blade, which is by far the most interesting part here, and that is Eclipse. So starting off with upper mode, which is the mode that's always kind of shown in, which is kind of a red, which looks nice. Apparently it's focused on upper attacks. Cool. But then you can apparently flip the main blade. And you get this blue side, which is for smash attacks, which is crazy. So yes, the assist blade and main blade are both flippable. I was a little bit confused on this because I didn't know if it meant the entire thing was flippable or if the blades were just independently flippable. It was kind of weird, but yeah, they are independently flippable. It would have been cool if the whole thing was flippable, and the assist blade was on top, and the main blade was on bottom. Could help with CX's center of gravity, but I did figure that was probably a bit far-fetched, because I'm not sure how the ratchet attachment point would really work, but it would have been cool. This is still really cool, though, so finally a CX blade with a legitimate gimmick. Wow, I've been waiting for this. Yeah, not a single main blade has had a genuine gimmick. This one can flip, which is really cool. Honestly, hope we get more stuff like this. I mean, that'd just be nice to see. Also, as a starter, this does actually include a launcher as well, but it's not that important. Just figured I'd mention it. But yeah, overall, SolEclipse is by far the most interesting looking CX bay. Well, Pegasus Blast probably the most interesting part because Turbo is weird. That is a bit/ratchet. This is with the blade itself, which the most interesting thing so far was Turn from Hell's Reaper, which is fine, I guess. But we kind of get that here, but also a flippable main blade, which is really cool. I'm very excited for this one. Probably the first CX bay that I'm like really excited for. Unfortunately, it doesn't come out till the 27th of next month. I don't know what it is with them waiting till the last possible second for each month's release, but whatever, I guess. Definitely will be looking forward to getting this one. It looks very cool. First bay in honestly quite a while that I've been pretty excited for. I feel like we've had a drought since like November, but finally something good. Definitely will be glad to take a look at this one. Now after this we also do have a bunch of teasers. I don't know what I can or can't show. If there's not an official picture, I'm just not going to even risk showing it, but there are a bunch of different teasers to go through. A lot of stuff was revealed through like a video a couple weeks ago, like I mentioned, so we'll go ahead and start going through those. So first up we have the Infinity Stadium. This is basically a stadium that has the extreme line have 2 points to kind of fly off of. So basically an extreme dash into each other potentially, which I think is an absolutely horrible idea. I'll talk more about this next month when we presumably get the full reveal, but Beyblade X has already had a very questionable durability, especially with CX and assist blades. a lot of that does come from extreme dashes. You know, you have a bay flying into another bay really fast. Chance of having two bays flying into each other like that is going to cause some serious damage. I don't think X-bays are really built for something like that. I expect a lot of breakages to come from the stadium if people are actually going to be using it a lot, so be warned of that, I guess. Again, I'll save my thoughts for next month, but for now, I'm a little concerned about this one. Also, I don't think I could show this from Korokor, but it's possible that we're getting a red Cobalt Drake with this set, which is pretty cool. We don't know this for sure, but it is possible. We were also shown a Takuratomi GoatTackle, one of the recent Hasbro exclusives. I actually don't have this bay yet, I should probably get it at some point, but looks interesting, kind of has a blue, maybe indigo color to it with a white gear chip. Sure, don't know what the parts are yet, again, that'll be next month, and it's presumed that this bay is probably going to come with the Infinity Stadium. Likely this and the Cobalt Drake recolor, or this is something else, we don't know yet, that's just the assumption as of right now. We also have the Takuratomi version of WyvernHover, kind of being a teal, almost sky blue a little bit, from what I can tell, and then you kind of have like an indigo color on top, so pretty cool. Also purple on the gear chip sticker. Again, we don't know the parts, we also don't know how they're releasing this bay. I assume this was supposed to be the random booster select for October, but there's another UX bay we're getting that might fill that role, so this could be like a mail order bay, or who knows what, so... Or maybe we're getting like 3 bays with the Infinity Stadium, I doubt that, but you never know, I guess. Regardless, I am curious to see how this releases, because I don't think it's going to be the random booster select, although it could be. You never know, we'll see. But this was a unique blade released by Hasbro, so I assume we'll probably get like a new part with it, so that'd be cool. At least I hope. Again, very curious what this is, but we do have to wait till next month again, which is unfortunate, but yeah. And the last big thing that was revealed at that event was a recolor of AeroPegasus. So we are getting a kind of clean, unpainted AeroPegasus, seems to be black with some red. Well, that's pretty cool. This will likely be a rare bay get battle bay, presumably coming out in like fall or maybe even like December or something. I'm gonna guess November. I think it's going to be kind of a similar situation to the Silver Cobalt Drake we got last year. So probably later in the year, but at least we know it's coming, so AeroPegasus should have a more accessible method. Unfortunately, it is probably still through Rare Bay Get Battle, but it should be a lot easier to win, so you could actually have the blade. And for the competitive people, hopefully they don't nerf it, because I know it's a really good blade, but we'll see. And one final thing, which I definitely can't show, is that they actually teased kind of a Basalt Horogium looking bay, which is very interesting. So we are getting a Horogium reference, it seems, our 5th Metal Fight reference, so I wonder where that El Drago is. This does seem to be a UX bay, which is interesting. We don't really know the parts yet, but I'm curious about it. It looks kind of thin though, which is weird. So this is going to be one of two things. The obvious conclusion is that this is the random booster select bay for October, which we'll get a full reveal next month. That would be good. Hopefully that has good parts. But the other theory I've seen is that WyvernHover actually is the random booster select bay, and this is the December UX starter. I really hope that's not the case, because man, showing us a bay in August that's not going to get a full reveal probably till November, and not going to get released till December, and I probably won't get the thing till January, so it's going to be hard to keep hype for that bay for 5 months. So I'm really hoping that's not the case, but we'll see. Regardless, it will be cool to see a Horogium bay in Beyblade X, but yeah. Anyway, that's everything for this month. Kind of an awkward news video because I can't really show a lot of stuff, at least I don't know if there's official images. Maybe there is, and I can actually show a lot of this stuff, but we'll see. I'll have to check when I'm editing, but yeah, kind of an awkward month. But hey, at least we got SolEclipse, which is definitely the best CX we've gotten so far. Very interested to see what that's like. Hopefully I get it sooner, because distribution has been absolutely horrendous. I still don't have Cerberus Flame. It hasn't even shipped out yet, so I'm not even sure I'm getting it this week, which is wild, but hopefully I get that in August. At this point, I don't know if I will, but we'll see, I guess. So hopefully SolEclipse isn't going to be this bad, but again, we will see. But I think that's all I have for today. We'll probably have quite a bit of news for next month, so I guess stay tuned for that, but it is still a month out, but yeah. That's all, so thanks for watching, and bye-bye.